franchising is a revolution. It is biggest marketing consumption driver in the world. It is also the biggest concept ever to start a business. In America alone, it contributes to 1/3 of consumption economy. It contributes multi-trillion franchise economy only in America. If you draw a parallel with any established economy like India is going to be, it would be similar, as India is supposed to be like $3 trillion consumption economy. India would see a phenomenal growth in franchising, contributing to about $1 trillion franchise economy, and we are second largest franchise economy already. So Franchise India have biggest network in the world. We are already in 97 cities present in India, and we are also in 11 countries, but we realize it is not enough to service the country like us, which is India. It's very, very diversified country. Even if we have 10,000 franchise experts or franchise consultants, we cannot service country like India. So considering this humongous opportunity, Franchise India is looking forward for like-minded professionals, franchise consultants, franchise professionals, management consultants, financial consultants, real estate consultants who have some passion about franchising to become Franchise India partner. Because as a Franchise India partner, as I said, independent franchise consultant, that's an opportunity today which we are talking about. It's a unique and highly rewarding opportunity to partner with world's largest franchise solution company. Today's webinar is an invitation to few who want to start his or her own consulting practice. Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform, how to start your own business platform. And independent franchise consultant, which is independent franchise consultant, we call it as IFC, is a specialist how to start your own business. We have three companies. We have Franchise India, which works in India. In India, it's known as Franchise India. We have Francoff, which is a USA-based, world's largest consulting company, which we'll talk about later. And we also have Fran Global, which is an international arm of the business of our company. And we have largely three formats of this business: investments, scale up, and resale. We are going to talk about Franchise India journey. We are going to talk about what Francoff we are getting in India and what is they provide, and also what Fran Global is all about. Plus, we will be also talking about what is this investments, where from we get investments, what is the scaling up, and what is also a resale as an opportunity. If we give you the introduction today's webinar, we have our senior management, plus we have also our leaders on the panel. We start with Avneet. She's our regional head at Delhi office, which is our corporate office. We have joined us as Ravi. Ravi is our regional head in Hyderabad. Bimal is in our Kolkata office, and he takes care of east side of India. Also, he takes care of Bangladesh and Nepal market as well. We also have Mukul joined us from Pune. We have our own office in Pune, and Kapil has joined us from Chennai. He takes care of Kerala market and Tamil Nadu market. So all these regional heads and more we have, they help our business partners, they help independent franchise consultants to guide them, to help them in the daily businesses, invite them to office along with the clients, along with the investors, wherein they together help them to get this business done. My name is Sanjay. I am CEO Director of Franchise India Consultants Private Limited, wherein we have 97 cities network, as I said, are under Franchise India Consultants Private Limited. And we also have joined us our management, Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. She is Managing Director of Franchise India. And our chairman, sir, Mr. Gaurav Maria, also have joined us today. So before I invite them, I'll just give you a little brief about Franchise India today's webinar. So what we are going to cover up. So in this, we will be covering the Franchise India journey, what we have done so far, 27 years, and when we started and why it was required to start this brokerage business and how we started them. And we will also talk about franchise as an industry, how big this industry is and what is the growth for next 20, 30 years, how it is going to look like. Third, we will also talk about independent franchise consultant business model. And at the end, we will also give you some understanding about few slides of the presentation. and give you the deeper understanding about your monetization model, your growth structure, and the payout structure, what you are getting out of this, and how we are going to provide you this opportunity further. We have a Q&A box in this. Please use for your all questions and queries. Humble submission that please do not raise your hand, because in this webinar it is one-sided. So please use Q&A box wherein we will give you complete understanding on your queries and questions. So now I'll invite Mr. Gaurav Maria, our chairman, to set up the perspective and also welcome you all in this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay, and thank you for hosting this webinar. And welcome, friends. And as Sanjay said, a lot of you have joined from other countries outside India, as Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, UAE, or largely Gulf, and also Nepal. So you're welcome to this webinar, and friends from India also are welcome to this webinar. So friends, this is a about 1 hour webinar. We will divide into different slots, so which I'll pass it on to Sonia to give a little bit background about franchise industry, because before you join any industry, you need to understand the industry well, and then also understand our journey well. As Sanjay said, we have 3 brands: Franchise India, which we operate in India. Then we have Fran Global, which operates in about 11 countries. And FranCop was started in 1976 in America, which we acquired. So these are 3 different businesses, 3 different capabilities. We are very proud that today, with combination of our businesses, we are world's largest franchise development company. We have sold more businesses than anybody else in the world. So with all this experience of 27 years to do business of selling franchise in different markets, today we are inviting partners who would become independent franchise consultant. We call them IFC, and work with us in the capacity of a consultant and advise different entrepreneurs to start their entrepreneurial journey. So friends, Sonia would cover franchise industry overview. Please ask any questions you have about the industry. Some of you would know the industry. Some of you are not so aware about the industry, the businesses, the brands operate in this industry. And use the Q&A box in the bottom. If you go, you can use the Q&A box and ask your question. And she'll also talk about our journey as a company. So over to you, Sonia. And once Sonia is done, then I'll take over and take you through the whole business model. What does the IFC does? How does the business model works? And a lot of other things which would be important for you to understand. Is it right for you? Because I always believe that whenever you look at an opportunity, you need to discover the opportunity for yourself. And only in the end, if you feel that I love the opportunity, I always wanted to do it, and this also is going to be meaningful for me for years to come, I can see my career shaping up in this, then only select an opportunity. We come across so many opportunities in our life. Not every opportunity is right for everyone. And this is what I always say. The 2 things which I've always believed has worked. I mean, I started my career now about over 30 years, and only 2 things which have worked for me and works for any entrepreneur is: 1, your self-belief that you can do right in this opportunity. That's very, very important. If you don't have a self-belief, you don't feel that this is the right opportunity for you, it'll never happen. 2nd is the timing for that opportunity. If the timing of that opportunity or the industry is also at the appropriate time, look, in this opportunity which we're discussing, timing I'm 100% sure, and I'll tell you why this is the perfect time to do it. But your self-belief is equally important. So this webinar is actually discovering an opportunity and yourself, that are you somebody who wants to spend many years in coming many years in this industry and want to pursue your career as a consultant. So over to you, Sonia, and let's get started with the webinar. And friends, as I said, use Q&A box to ask as many questions you need to have, because more questions you ask, more you clarify your doubts, more you become confident about the whole opportunity. And even if you are not so satisfied with what is this opportunity is for you, is still better, because you will still discover this might not be right for you, right? Our job is to make you aware about the opportunity, the industry, how the business model works, how other IFC partners, we have a lot of other IFC partners, we have over 170 partners, how they have performed, how they're doing currently. All these are very important questions. So let's get started on the webinar. I'm only careful about the time today because I have a very important meeting coming up at 5:30. So once Sonia finishes, I'll take maybe a short part and then my colleagues who are on the call would take care of the further webinar.
I can lead then perhaps later after 5:30, you could lead it. 15 minutes to go.
Sure. So maybe I can utilize this 15 minutes and then Sonia can run the rest of the webinar. And obviously, she comes with 20 years of experience in running brokerage business and build a large team size. And as I said, we use this line called nobody sells more business than Franchise India. So she and her team has actually acquired a status of world's #1 franchise sales team. So she will give you a lot of guidance on that. And then Sanjay would also take care of a presentation. So let me run through maybe 10 odd points one by one. And end of the 10 points, we can do a little bit of knowing you, where you come from. So, and I'll do small synopsis and Sonia would go into much more detail. So before I get into the business model, let's understand franchise industry. Now, as Sanjay said, it's not a small industry. It's a $4.7 trillion industry. If it would have been a country, it would have been a fourth economy, much bigger than Indian economy as a country. So which means anything and everything we consume today, we might not feel it, but you are consuming from franchise industry. I'll give you some examples. If your kids are going to school and if it is branded, they are going to a franchise school. If in the morning you're having a breakfast and having any dairy product or any other product, it's coming from a franchise business. If you're having a Pepsi or a Coke, it's coming from a franchise. Coca-Cola is the #1 franchise brand in the world. If you're going for eating out, you're going to a franchise outlet. If you're wearing any fashion and if it is branded, 100% it is a franchise business model. Anything and everything you consume today, it can be going to a salon or a spa or visiting a doctor or a diagnostic center or going to an automobile place or getting a gas done in your petrol pump, getting a petrol filled in your car. Anything and everything which is happening around you, even a courier coming to your home is actually a franchise outlet. From today, next after this webinar, just think over it. How many times you interface in a single day with so many franchise opportunities coming to you? Even today, we have done this quick commerce companies like Blinkit or Zepto and likes of them. They're all franchise businesses. So this industry is directly proportionate to two things. One, it creates a phenomenal amount of entrepreneurial demand, which means that it helps people to start their own business with the established brand, which is very, very big thing because that's what people want. They want to become an entrepreneur, but they don't want to go alone. They want to go with the established brand. So that's very powerful and it always would be very, very powerful. As second, it is directly proportionate to our Indian consumption or any consumption in the world. So good part is the Indian subcontinent or the countries around us are also very similar. They're all consumption-based economies. So franchise industry is a big, big driver for our economy and our communities. And these are two things which franchise industry drives. This industry where it is in next 5 to 10 years would go 5x because of a couple of reasons. One, I said entrepreneurial demand. Now everybody wants to become an entrepreneur. Like my young colleagues on the call, Mukul and Kapil, even if I ask them what is 3 years from now, 4 years from now, they would say, oh, I want to become an entrepreneur. I'll do my own business. Everybody has thinking of starting something for themselves. So it fuels that demand. It also fuels distribution, right? If you bring in any business for product, I just finished a call with the largest group called Tata's, and they have a brand called Zodio. And Zodio was not existent in 4 or 5 years back. But today they run 500 partners across India. And they have ambition to become a 3,000 store company. So even companies of as big as Tata's who have brands, franchise brands like Tanishq, Titan, now Zodio, Westside, to other companies or even large FMCG companies. Look at Amul. Amul has been a client for Franchise India. Mother Dairy is a client to Franchise India. Or even a diagnostic center like Dr. Lal Patha is a client to us. So companies need distribution. So on company side, they need franchising because they need partners to run and take their product or service to different markets. On the other side, there is a huge amount of entrepreneurial demand. So franchising in next 5 to 10 years is the industry to watch. It would create the biggest impact in almost every sector. Rather, just now we finished a Delhi show and we launched sports franchising because I feel sports is going to be very big in India because if India is bidding for 2036 Olympics, next 12 years, what are we going to do? We build sporting infrastructure. We want coach kids to become world-class Olympians. So we brought in a basketball training system. We brought in Australian training programs, which are multi-sport training programs. We're working on cricket. We're working on different sports. So even everything which you consume, there would be somebody. And why it is? Because franchising is nothing but a quality assurance because it's backed by a brand, right? Imagine you want to sell your kid to a school and you have two choices. One is a brand called DPS, which is a franchise, or this is an XYZ, which you don't know how it is. What are you going to prefer? You're going to send DPS. Imagine you're traveling to a city and you want to book a hotel for yourself and your family. This is Marriott, and this you don't know. Where are you going to stay? You say Marriott. You're calling for a diagnostic lab to your home, and this is Dr. Lal Path lab, and this is nobody, or you don't know it. Who are you going to call? So the whole consumption, the brand brings in a huge amount of quality assurance. Hence, this is going to grow. What we have done as a Franchise India, point number two, Franchise India was pioneer in franchising for India. Frank Global is pioneer in many, many countries. I leave this for Sonia to explain more. We are a 1,200 people company and world's largest franchise interface. But this has not come easy. This has come 27 years. I personally spend about 25 days traveling to different parts of the world just to really popularize franchising and also to build our capabilities in different markets. And I don't see an alternative to do it. So this is the only way you can do it. It comes with a lot of hard work and a lot of commitment to what you really love doing. Now, the business model, I call the business of businesses. This is what our business model is. We are in the business of businesses. As Sanjay said, we have a platform which does three things, three problem solving. First is, if you want to buy a new business, where would you go? There is no other organization like us. So anybody can walk into Franchise India at 90 plus cities in India and 11 countries. You can come to us and say, I'm looking to invest 30 lakh rupees. Can you give me a choice what businesses I have? And we have a portfolio. We have a large portfolio which runs from investment from 10 lakh rupees to 500 crores. And we can give you different choices. We can make you understand the business model. We can do comparatives for you. We can advise you on legal. We can do commercial terms. We can do a lot of cross-check validation of the opportunity. And then you can make informed decision to buy a business. It makes sense. People need that awareness. If you want to buy a property, you go to a property consultant. And property is straightforward. If you want to buy a mutual fund, you still go to a financial consultant. That's also straightforward. But buying a business is complex. You need help. So that way, this service is so unique and so very powerful that a lot of millions and millions of people come to Franchise India and take the advice what business they should do. And if you become an independent franchise consultant, you'll become a specialist to help people start your own business. The second thing is helping companies scale. There's so many businesses around us which are doing well, but they don't know how to scale. Like a friend from Ravi from Hyderabad, if he sees an opportunity in Hyderabad which wants to come to Delhi, they don't know how Delhi operates. They need a local partner in Delhi who can run and operate that business. We also help these businesses become franchise ready and then find right franchise partners. The third thing is also what we do as a service called exit planning. If you are running a business and you are not so interested to run it anymore for different reasons, then you can come to us and say, I want to sell the business, and we'll do the evaluation and sell the business because we already have investors. So friends, it's a very unique opportunity. All these three things which I told, see who else is doing in the market. None. There are so many management gurus who want to grow your business, who want to help you go better marketing, better digital marketing, better technology, better sales force, this and that. But nobody helps you to buy a business. Nobody helps you to scale the business, and nobody helps you to exit the business. This is a very, very unique proposition, what we do. So if you become an independent franchise consultant, you become a specialist on these three things. Now let's understand the opportunity. Very important. How big is an opportunity? As I said, I have 170 plus IFC partners. Why are we looking for more? Because the opportunity is humongous. Every home has somebody who's looking to start a business. Even if I have 10,000 people working in this capacity, I still cannot address the market. It's such a large marketplace. It's such a large marketplace. We just finished a show in Delhi. We got 45,000 people coming from 25 countries and across India. And I can see people not having food all the day. They're in the show. Somebody is bringing his son to show an opportunity. Someone is coming with a husband-wife team. Some are coming in a group of friends. They all there to go out and do that. They will carry big bags of different opportunities which they go to evaluate. Now, why this happens? Because we have such a demand. And good part is almost every single opportunity we had somebody from as independent franchise consultant who were advising, helping people to understand that. Rather, we are a big community now. We are a big community and we work with each other. We collaborate with each other. Sanjay is the leader for this community. Now, another thing, if the opportunity is very big, there must be a big competition, right? But good part is there is no competition. Now, this is very funny. If you open up a tea shop next 1 month, you'll have another competition coming next to you because people follow, right? Not that people have not followed us, but it's not that easy. It's not easy. It has taken us 1,000 shows, running 3 magazines for 27 years. The biggest magazine in the world called Entrepreneur, we run that. The business magazine in India, Franchising World, we run that. 1,000 shows in 300 plus cities in India, we've done shows. We've invested over 400 crores in marketing. All that has given us reach of investors. But the bigger thing is we have aggregated opportunities which are exclusive with us. Today, when you want these opportunities, this can only come from Franchise India. So as an independent consultant, anybody who's just a consultant cannot fight with us because it doesn't have that portfolio, doesn't have that investor base. Now, what it does, it makes your life easy. When you start with us, we give you the opportunities. We give you these 500 brands which are exclusively representing. We give you the leads also, which are already verified and qualified, right? So you can get into business very, very fast. Now, the question is, oh, this business is great. I get opportunities, I get investors, but am I ready to really become a consultant? What kind of capability you require? That's something which you need to do a self-evaluation. Are you a great networker? Are you somebody who's open for learning? Do you have 100 hours minimum to provide to this business? Are you committed and be persistent in this opportunity? Somebody who has that ability to understand and diagnose people. Some people are very diagnostic in nature. If you have these kind of characters, you are having ability to become a consultant. But there are a lot of things you need from us, right? You need a sport from us, a huge sport. And that I call it MOST, M-O-S-T. M stands for mentoring. We will mentor you to understand how this business model works. We'll give you opportunities which would work in your region and your city. It can be domestic, it can be international. We support you in running the business model, giving you all the opportunities from filing your proposals to getting on, talking to your clients and so on and so forth. And T stands for training. Training is a very important part of this business. 3-day residential training is done where we host you. We take care of your stay. We take care of your domestic travel. All that we take care, and you are part of a 24 hours consistent training network. And then thereafter, it is followed by 3 hours every week, where you would come 8 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday for your discussion. So once you understand the opportunity, you have no competition, you see your capability, then you go on and understand the earning potential. Okay, I want to do this. I love this business. I want to help entrepreneurs. I want to create more and more entrepreneurs. But what can I make? So friends, the answer is how much effort you bring in the business model. But somebody who's not so aggressive can make 2-3 lakh rupees a month. But if you're really aggressive and you are somebody who also can build more team, you can go as much high you want to do that, right? And that's one of the areas which we work with every single partner to create his financial goal. Is your goal 10 lakh rupees? Is your goal 20 lakh rupees a month? 30 lakh rupees a month? You can achieve it. We have built a full large enterprise with the same thought, with same problem solving. So friends, I will have to rush because I have another call to go, which I cannot avoid. But this is a very special opportunity. And it's very special for me, both for 2 reasons. One, I have done this for 27 years, and this is my only identity I have. People know me for franchising and whatever I've done in the franchising business. So it's very close to me. So you can feel it. It's all natural to us. It's an industry we live for. Second, the IFC partners are also extremely close to me. Every single member is like a family to me. So I don't want to disturb the family to get somebody who I can not be successful in this. So I'm very particular that I choose personally every single person who can become a partner, who can benefit from it, and also benefit our community, our ability to help other entrepreneurs to do. I have 2 visions which I'm running now. One is very clearly to create 1 million entrepreneurs. That's my vision. Second is democratizing entrepreneurship. Rather, we launched a brand which will be soon out called Fran Money. Democratizing I can only do if I can give people easy capital. So we have only two vision: 1 million entrepreneurs to be created, and democratizing entrepreneurship and value adding by giving easy capital to people that they can start their business. So thank you very much. I'll take a leave from here, and I'll let Sonia also do a little question for you to know where you're coming from, what is your introduction, and then get on to flow with the webinar balance part of it. Thank you very much.
Great, friends. So I, in fact, saw some of you also had questions. We'll answer every question that you have. We'll take you through the business model. And before I get further, I think this particular platform we use every week to discover each other and more to also tell for whom this opportunity is all about. But equally, we like to also hear from you on your profiles. Well, request if all of you can also share a bit about yourself. And to make it comparatively easy for you, we'll give you some options to select, and you can choose these options and you can put that in the Q&A box. So the first option is, if you are a management consultant, write M. If you're looking for a career change, write C. If you're looking for, if you're a business owner, write B. If you're working, you're a professional, you can write P. You can see the options also in the chat that we have put. And if you can also at the same time mention the city of your interest, right? Because we today have partners who are working across India. And there are certain cities that we're looking at a firm partner. I'll request also, my colleague Sanjay to talk about these cities we are specifically looking at firms. And there are other locations which we are looking where, currently we don't have too much of presence, but there's a big demand that comes from these locations. We'll also like to share these cities with you and also the firms. Mr. Giri, if you want to write that in the Q&A box, we'll take it up. All right. So great, Mr. Rajiv Ghosh, welcome. You're a management consultant. We have Mr. Sanjay Rahate, he's a business owner. We have Mr. Rajiv Ghosh, he is from Kolkata and DLR. I don't know if there are two cities your business is based out of, Rajiv ji, and if you want to maybe put that into context. We also have Mr. Jasmohan Singh, he's a professional. We have Chaitanya ji, he's a consultant, and the city is Bhopal. Wonderful, Chaitanya ji, I think you were the first one to respond. I would also answer your comment. You asked about how to market an independent franchise consultant. In fact, I like to add that we have a separate program, how to run your own practice. And this we do as a part of our program for the 3 days when you take in-house training with us, a very detailed program. All right. I'd like to also welcome Mr. Homeshwarji, who's from Imphal. I'd like to welcome Mr. Brajesh Patelji. He's a professional from Mumbai. Welcome, Brajesh. And Nitinji, welcome. Indore is a city we're definitely looking for a partner. And you're a professional. That's your profile. All right. We have Mr. Nasuruddin Sheikh from Ahmedabad. I also see Mr. Mahinder Singh, who is a business owner from Indore. Okay, we have another interested partner from Indore. I also see Mr. Jetson, if that's the way that is to be pronounced, from Hyderabad. He's a professional. I have Mr. Anmol Mittalji, who is from Nepal. Mr. Mittal, very good evening to you. In fact, our entire teams, we were all there about 15 days back in Nepal. We hosted a franchise show in Nepal. We brought about 30 companies and we had about 400 investors who came particularly for the show. We'll be happy to speak to you one-to-one. In fact, the show that we hosted this week, Saturday and Sunday, we also had some of the potential partners who came and visited the mega show in Delhi, which brought about 45,000 people. So happy to connect with you. And Ritika ji, you're a professional. Welcome. We have Ms. Shalini from Pune, Bombay, Bihar, and Delhi. I see a lot of cities. I don't know if you're working out of all these cities or your business is spread. Shalini ji, we'd like to speak to you one-to-one. I see Mr. Sheshagiri ji from Chennai. He's a professional. All right. We have Mr. Shakti Vail. He's a consultant looking also for a career change. Wonderful. I think Erode is a market we would be happy to consider. Currently, we don't have, while we service that market through our offices in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. All right. Welcome, Mr. Elango from Sri Lanka. You are currently working with the Ministry of Agriculture, and your profile is that of business development and consultant. That's brilliant and wonderful. In fact, one thing I want to share with everybody who's joined in, of all the partners we have in our community. In fact, larger number of partners, they come with nearly 15 to 25 years of experience working with mid-level, senior level management, and also working as professionals, like I said, and consultants. So largely that is a profile we have currently with us. And all right, okay, we have. Oh, okay. Sanjay, you want to take any names? I see Mr. Sudhir from Dubai. Sudhirji, in fact, we run a big office in UAE. And in fact, there are 4 odd shows that we have done in Dubai and Abu Dhabi in the last 1 year. So every 4 months, there is a big show that we do. In fact, Mr. Maria travels to Dubai almost 3 times in a month, and we'll be happy to speak with you and understand between the 2 cities that you mentioned, which is Dubai and Bombay, where your interest would largely fit in. Ashish, welcome. Again, I see you from Nepal. Welcome. We have Mr. Satyen ji from Noida. He's an entrepreneur. Welcome, Satyen ji. I think entrepreneurs we all love, and this is the reason we all are here on the webinar. I see Mr. Sanjoy Gain also. He is from West Bengal near Kolkata. I think PNB, you said, professional and also a business owner. Wonderful. And we have a lot of people who are working and also have a business of their own. Ritika ji, very close to where we are. In fact, I sit out of office in NCR, which is Surajkund Road. So we definitely would be happy to meet with you in person. And I also see Mr. Neeraj, he's a professional from Jamshedpur. And we have Daminda from Colombo, a business owner. Wonderful. Welcome. And I see Rishani again from Colombo. Great. I think we have a lot of our partners from Nepal, Colombo. In fact, Bangladesh, we already run independent franchise consultants who in fact came also for our exhibition this time. And welcome, Rishani ji. You're from Colombo again. Great. I see a big team from Colombo which has come. So guys, keep writing in. We'll be happy to answer anything that you have. But before I give it back to Sanjay to run through what our program is all about, I would also like to take a moment to talk about this opportunity that we all are here. So this webinar, like I said, is a webinar where we discover each other and we want to, talk as much as we can about the industry, what it takes to become an independent franchise consultant. But equally, I think it is a mutual, association or relationship that we have to get into. So we both must discover and qualify each other, right? So, I think I saw one of our friends asking, how does one market, himself or herself when they become an independent franchise consultant? I'll start with saying that, as a company, we offer knowledge and experience. And that comes into play big time. So we are a solution provider. So we provide solutions which is based on our expertise, engaging in consultative business sales. And I personally feel the only way to be successful in anything, be it business or otherwise, is to build relationships. So when your product, when you as a business advisor know your product very well, the client will trust you and also respect you for that. That goes without saying. And, in one of my sessions, which I do when we start our training, I say, for anybody who wants to start the business, the first thing is, I call that a code, which is KODE. The first thing is knowledge. I mentioned about that. So we are a knowledge-driven company, and so is the economy. If you look at the economies of the world, we are now, a knowledge-driven economy. All the businesses are all, driven through knowledge. And also, as a company, we don't own any product, which means that you understand the features of a product and you start selling in the market. And as an advisor, the trait of knowledge is extremely important to represent yourself, and create that relationship. Second is the ownership. And entrepreneurship itself means ownership, right? So this is the second trait that we need. And third is the direction. A lot of my partners, and including my team members also, but largely I would, talk about my partners. We have people and partners who've been working with us. Some of them have been only maybe a few months old with us in the system. Some of them have been years. Some of them have been with us for more than 5 years now. But irrespective of, how many months or years they've spent with us, I while over a period of time, the knowledge that you gain and the experience that you get in the market all depends on how much hunger you have. So I have currently people or partners, I would say, who might be just 3 months old in the system, but they are comparatively sometimes more successful than somebody who is even 1 year old in the system. So direction is very important. Direction means, which is D, right? So when I say KODE, K is knowledge, O is ownership, D is direction, which means I'm going in the right direction of creating everyday possibilities. So somebody who's creating everyday possibilities, his possibility of success is very, very high, right? So now, before I go further with our presentation, I'll also suggest, friends, today, when I look at partners, now partners and IFC programs specifically, it forms a very critical part of our business, and it takes most of our time share. You can see, between me, Gaurav, we have Sanjay, who leads the entire business. All of our regional heads are there on this webinar today. It takes most of our time share, and we have on this webinar the entire leadership. So it is important to understand, and equally for us, because we want to know who exactly comes and partners. We want to understand more deeply your profiles. We want to deeply understand, your interest area and why you actually want to become an entrepreneur, or I would say, an IFC with us. And if you have understood the last half an hour of conversation, the core driver and foundation of our business at Franchise India is entrepreneurship. And entrepreneurship serves, the very thought, or somebody who's building entrepreneurship, is somebody who's actually serving the community and the economy at large. And the initiative or the premise for us to start the IFC program has also to work with entrepreneurs like yourself who become partners with Franchise India, but who also have the skill and above the skill have the intent to further drive entrepreneurship. I have a lot of partners who come with zero experience on franchising or even running a business, but there are people who are very, very hungry. There are people who are most proactive. They're the people who have the intention to actually drive entrepreneurship, and they're very, very successful with us. So our community of IFC partners is becoming very big every day. And that is also because the opportunity also is becoming big. The market size is becoming big. And not only it is becoming big, it will continue to become big. What we have seen in the last 25 years or 27 years of our own journey. Today, franchising is about 180 billion in terms of the market in India. Globally, it is bigger than the GDP of India. In the next 10 years, the growth that we all will witness is 10x of what it is today. So what we saw in the last 20 years, we're going to be 10x of that in the next 10 odd years. So that is how the speed of franchising or scale would be. And because more and more people today are starting their entrepreneurship journey, they're buying businesses than ever before. More companies are expanding via franchise route than they were maybe 2.5 decades back. And this is not going to stop here because the space is going to get larger. It is going to get bigger. There are more entrepreneurs. I'm sure you all would agree with me. There are more entrepreneurs today and aspiring entrepreneurs than they were ever in the history of entrepreneurship, not only in India, but globally. And hence, we've always worked as a company to develop our capabilities in terms of the solutions and the capacities through the distribution so that we stay ahead of the curve. And this is one reason why in the next last 27 odd years, nobody has been able to come even closer to what we do today. We represent 300 international brands in the market. We work in 97 cities in India. We work in 11 countries across the world. There are 1,000 Indian opportunities. While, at the group level, at the Franchise India level, there are 17,000 companies that you will find that work with Franchise India. You will find them on the website of Franchise India. But there are about 1,000 Indian companies that we have an exclusive contract with. We manage some of the top names from Reliance to startups to Tatas. All these companies are exclusively managed by our teams. We have a massive engine, I would say, of opportunity creation, which happens every single day. As I speak, the show that we were talking about in Delhi that we concluded 2 days back, we launched 30 master franchisees where Franchise India took the master franchise of these companies for India and some international markets, which largely are into industries which include F&B. We have early learning, which is a big focus with us, coaching, skill development, wellness, fitness. These are some of the categories that, in fact, we launched and we, presented for the very first time because these opportunities that we feel have a big potential for a country like us, right? So, friends, as a start your own business specialist, we work with a large community of investors, business buyers, and we have positioned ourselves as an investor-centric and a franchise-focused company. And the opportunity and the market always existed. We always knew that. But what was missing was the ecosystem. So the last 27 years have gone into not only making this ecosystem, but also creating a very strong ecosystem so that it becomes difficult for anybody to enter. And like Gaurav said, we run larger platforms. We run a very big media outfit. We are there in 97 cities through our IFC partners and our channel. We run a big company called FrankCorp because we understand if we have to fuel the engine, right? So you need to have enough inventory. If you have to build an ecosystem, you need to have two big inventories. So one is the inventory of companies who want to get into franchising or expand via franchising between Indian companies, international companies. The other inventory that we need is of people who want to buy businesses, right? So we work every day. In fact, our entire team, our channel partners, our presence, 97 cities every day. And in fact, Gaurav travels to every new city. Every day he's traveling to a new city. We are working to, build this inventory of companies and inventory of investors. And so we work with companies. We have a company called FrankCorp, which works with the companies and create a business model for them and make them franchise ready. So FrankCorp is, again, an international company, which is an American firm. And FrankCorp is the world's largest, oldest franchise consulting firm, which is present in 20 countries. Franchise India owns the right for India. In fact, we acquired FrankCorp in India about 18 years back. And FrankCorp is a company which has consulted companies like McDonald's, companies like Hilton Hotels, and any name that comes in your mind, which is synonymous with franchising. All these companies have been consulted by FrankCorp in America. And in India also, we take a lot of, I would say, pride in consulting companies from Reliance to Tata's to Adani's to startups, listed companies. And in the last 18 years, FrankCorp has consulted nearly 20,000 companies who have entered franchising for the very first time. And all these companies which are consulted obviously needs an expansion. Through the distribution we have in India overseas, these companies use the distribution of Franchise India to enter via different models, which can be a unit franchise model, a master franchise model, or an area franchise model. So that is largely, what our ecosystem does. So the opportunity is absolutely big. It is massive. We want to have like-minded people who can partner with us, who think and the way we think. And I would say there are 6 things that we need, and we need pilots. I call that as a rule. And pilots are not only required to do leadership, qualities. They also have to communicate and work well as a part of the ecosystem which we have created. So the quality that we need from our partners is persistence, right? So never give up, make it happen. The second is integrity. I think this is non-negotiable for us. That is one thing that I feel very, very strongly about. And all our partners are respected in their cities. And we all know they will never advise anything for the sake of earning a few extra dollars. The third is having an attitude of learning, So you need to be a learner all the 365 days of the year. Like I said, what we need, we are a knowledge-driven company, and so we need to build our own knowledge levels. Fourth is ownership, and that is a big reason of franchising, the power of common ownership, where you take all systems, you take all the trainings from us, but you lead your own practice. Fifth is talent, especially, when we look at smaller cities, a lot of you are from locations which are not necessarily Delhi, Bombay, but talent becomes a very big problem when you go to tier 2, tier 3, especially for a company like us. Our partners, come with nearly 15 years of experience, 20 years of experience, and I feel there is no better platform to get the best platform, to get the best talent than to have an IFC structure coming in place. And lastly is consistency, which means, a lot of partners have broken a lot of benchmarks. They have unlimited potential. And I personally feel your only limit can be your mind. And a lot of our partners have actually, done that over and over again. So these are 6 things, we actually would need from every partner of ours. Now, without taking more time, I'll request Sanjay if he can run through a small presentation. And friends, I'll also request if you have any questions, keep writing in. We have teams which are spread out across the country, and wherever, in fact, Sanjay is traveling, Mr. Maria, he travels, like I said, every city. I think largely all the cities, the tier 1 cities, he's traveling. But we'll be happy to come on one-to-one calls with you, a meeting with you. But we quickly take you through a presentation to make you understand what this business is all about. Over to you.
Thank you so much for setting up the perspective, friends. Please be there for next 10-15 minutes. We'll take you through few slides of the presentation, and later on, we'll get one-on-one call and give you complete understanding about the business model and about your questions, which will be there further. But we'll give you complete understanding about the business model and how you can grow with us in this program. So let me take you through a small presentation on this so that we can give you some understanding. And further that, if you have further any question, please use Q&A box where we can give you a little more understanding on your questions. But we will do a one-on-one meeting with you, one-on-one discussion with you. Post that, if you feel that you are the right person, you choose us, we choose you, then we will be getting on a call with our chairman for next 10 minutes. That can be scheduled for next 1 or 2 days. Within 1 or 2 days, that will be a selection call and where we can have further one-on-one questions. So what is franchising? As we discussed, franchising is a $4.8 trillion industry. What we consume every day is coming from franchise company. As we discussed, and Mr. Maria has also given you some understanding, and you kids going to school, kids wearing clothes, going to salon, going to for a haircut, or going for any kind of, if you see today, the amusement parks, you go to mall wherein you see the lot of brands across all our franchise. So we work with all the malls across, because once a mall is being built, they get associated with us, because we are not only getting the anchor brands, we are also getting the multiplexes also. We are getting the game zones also. We are getting vanilla brands. We are getting local brands. We are getting international brands. And we are getting brands which are at the ground floor, first floor, second floor, and then fourth floor. So this is all about us. That's what franchising is all about, because these franchise companies, they looking forward for partners in different cities, and wherever they see a good location, they want to jump in and they want to take that location, but they just clock that, they lock that location, and then finally they find a local partner for that. That's what Franchise India capability is, that we bring in the local partner to get associated with the brand. But we work with investors very, very closely, because it's highly risky. And today's time, when we have seen, especially after the COVID time, it is 70% of the investors who are looking forward to start a business are first-time business buyers. That way, it becomes, even though very difficult, which business to choose, wherein you want to invest, because you are professional, you have saved some money. Now you want to start a second income. You want to start some business wherein you want to invest, and sometimes you don't want to operate because you don't have time, and you want company to operate. So we have all the models available. These are all FOCO, FICO models, wherein franchisee would invest and company will operate. And that's what the matchmaking Franchise India is doing. Now, Franchise India, if I'm talking about, is all about our independent franchise consultants, because they are experts, they have been trained well, and they will understand the requirement of each investor. And each investor is unique as per your market opportunity, as per your experience, what you are bringing in, and also the investment bracket. There are millions of NRIs now in India. They have a lot of money. They want to invest. They want to start some business here. They want to settle, but they have no understanding geographically also, and no idea about which business is suitable for them. That's what Franchise India, it becomes a great, great, great opportunity for all of us all together to help them, guide them, and get them rightly invested in the companies. And what we get the best part is we get brokerage from investor side also, and from the brand side also. So that's what franchising is all about. So when we talk about the sector-wise franchising, in today's time, we have seen all sectors which were not earlier there, now looking forward for franchise opportunity. They are looking forward for expansion. And we are proud that we have Reliance also on board. Reliance has all the capabilities to go and open company-owned investments and open company-owned stores, but they have come to us, and we have developed their business model. There is Reliance, one brand, which is a fashion brand. Earlier it was Reliance Trends. Now it is Fashion Hub by Reliance, by Trends. So that's what the business model created by us. And we are going for tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities as well. And we are looking forward for 2,000 franchise outlets to open in these cities with smaller formats. In metros, they have got a larger format, but in small cities, we have developed their model wherein it's a smaller format, which is completely owned by franchisee investor, and it is managed by franchise. We also have Tata Croma, which is a purely investment model, which we call as a FOCO model, wherein any investor who is looking forward for a safe investment, not to operate it wise, it is only the investments, and it operations would take care by the brand itself. That's what this model is all about. It is Tata Croma, as I said, it's a 3.5 to 4 crore rupees investment, wherein company would take care of all the operations, and there are some performing outlets they already have, and that's what now Franchise India have proudly associated with them. And we are taking all these outlets which are already performing 1 year, 1.5 year, or 8 to 9 months, which are there. Now we are transferring this model to franchisee or investor. So these are all different models wherein we are involved. That's what we build systems and SOPs for all these companies and getting them ready for franchise as per the market. And we have a lot of international brands also with us. And we also have to fine tuning about their business model and make them ready for Indian markets, because there's an Indian law and Indian, everything is different from other countries. So we develop that. That's what FranCop comes in place, which is world's largest franchise development company, and they make systems and processes for these companies and get them ready for market. So we have a lot of tech-based companies, healthcare companies. We have also pet care, which is also very, very new category, and now they are looking forward to enter into different markets. And franchising is a viable model for all of these companies to go into expansions and find out the local partner. And if any business, any company are thinking about expansions, there is none outside. That's what we said. We are the world's largest today, and we get all these businesses expanded in the different markets. If there is any client and company, small business, and they are looking forward for only their own state to cover up first, different cities, we have that capability, because we have 97 cities network and around 170 odd franchise consultants with us who are brand owners, Franchise India owners, and they are our business partners in different cities, because they bring in local capability. They know the locally investors, and they become Franchise India brand. And local investors also getting a lot of confidence once he is meeting an expert who is local. And there's a language also, sometimes a language barrier also, but if it is local, it gives you an edge to interact with the investor, to create that kind of a confidence in the investor's mind, and then you do business altogether. So as I said, there are different categories. There are retail segment, there's hotels and motels. They're also coming into franchising because there are different models which operate. There are some hospitals also. They are also looking forward for expansions with the FOCO model, because they do not want to give operations to anyone who don't know about that business. So Franchise India has got that capability to bring that opportunity for the investor as per their market and as per their experiences, what they bring in, and also as per their investment bracket. So we have right from 5 lakh rupees to 5 CR or 10 CR or 500 CR. We can get that business also for any investor who is looking forward for starting a new business. So what we offer, so when we are joining hands, then we offer you tablet. Tablet stands for technology to start with. T stands for technology. Would mean that you will use CRM access from Franchise India, which is ready-made for you, and we'll give you all database in the CRM. Now, we have also given you an email ID, which is Franchise India domain email address, which you will be using so that you represent yourself as Franchise India member. And A stands for access to infrastructure. Would mean there is someone who is writing from Pune, someone from Mumbai, someone from Faridabad. So our all offices are available and accessible for all our partners. You can use it full time, and you can also invite your investors, your clients to our office, wherein our team will also help you to close that business. So it is all across India and also in other countries as well. B stands for brands. We have around 1,100 brands today, which are contract-wise with franchise. It's an exclusive. We don't work non-exclusive. If we take brand on board, then we work exclusive. Would mean that Franchise India would be the only growth partner for that brand to take them through this franchise network marketing. And then we bring in franchisees for those brands, and these are all exclusive. Otherwise, Franchise India has a huge portfolio. We have more than 16,000 companies who are with us. You can check franchiseindia.com. You can visit our website. You can check as an investor also the opportunities there. And there are 3 ways you can find out an opportunity. You can find out by location-wise. You can find out by investment-wise. And you can also find as category-wise. So if you want to see any category, education, you can go to education, then find subcategory and then subcategory. So it is so deep. So if you want to see some investments or you want to see in your location, in your city, which are the companies who are offering franchise opportunity, partnership opportunity, you can go by city-wise as well. So these all brands which are with us exclusive, and for any requirement which is coming from any investor that I want to have a specific this brand, it can be domestic brand, it can be an international brand. Franchise India would definitely reach out and get that brand also for our investors. So we take brokerage. That's why we go all out and see if that company is offering franchise. If not, then we will suggest them, why don't you franchise? Because there are a lot of legacy-based brands, 100-year-old brands, 70-year-old brands, but not franchise. But because they are not franchising, but if we get some requirement, demand, then we also are reaching out to those companies. And this is all accessible to our partners. They also refer their business owners, any brand owners, details with us who is looking forward to start a business, and we will also help that to get on the board. As far as the lead is concerned, leads absolutely fantastic. Franchise India is having a 10 million database today, and every month, minimum 1 lakh investors are getting in touch with Franchise India. So this lead structure, as I said, we are absolutely giving leads to all our partners, which can be who are looking forward to start a business, which is the investor database. Investor leads, that's what 50 minimum investor leads we are giving to all our partners every month, which is a guaranteed. Plus, when they come for the training, we build their business, brand portfolio. These brands are all available, but we bring a brand portfolio for them. We suggest them that these are the brands as per your location and as per your profile. You can start with these 3-4 brands. Otherwise, if you have any requirement from investor, we can sell any brand to them. But when we create a profile for you, so we'll give you brand leads. We will have a fresh campaign, lead generation for each of our partners every month as per the brand which has been assigned or which our partner want to drive. And the choice is that you want to drive in your own city, you want to drive across cities, and you want to drive pan-India also. Suppose you get a brand on board, we help you. You have to only refer. We help you to get it on board. After that, it's your choice. If you want to drive that brand pan-India, we can give you all leads when we launch, and all leads will come to you. And you want to drive any specific brand, because every day, one brand we are launching at 12 o'clock. We call it as Business Opportunity Over Chai, which is a digital webinar, 12 o'clock every day, which we are doing last 5 years. And it is live on Facebook. It's live on YouTube as well. You can go to any social media, like as I said, YouTube, or you can go to Facebook. You check Franchise India brands page, and like that, every day, 12 o'clock, you will get a pop-up that this brand is now going to live. It's live, wherein we invite our brand owners and Franchise India management team, wherein we introduce them and share the model what they have created, and then we use it for the public. So then we share the leads with our partners location-wise, and our partner also, who if it has taken on brand on board, can be on the panel and would drive all the leads. So leads is absolutely no problem, because there is no promotion you have to do, no investment towards the lead generation, to marketing, to anything. That all is done by us. E stands for events. We are event company. We do events every month, around 20 events we do locally, and every city for all these brands which are onboarded. And then we have also the larger events which are city-based, like we did in Delhi. Now we are going to Bangalore, we are going to Chennai, we are going to other cities also. Mumbai is also coming up in the month of November. So these are all regional shows which are happening once in a year, which are little bigger in size. And all our partners, like in Delhi, we had 82 partners across India who have come and were there for 2-3 days. And Franchise India have done all the arrangements for them, right from the accommodation to pick up to drop to food and everything. We have given them complete understanding on that. And all the business what they have done is going to be in their kitty. Rather, we are supporting them how to do that business, and we are helping them to close that on spot also. So event is our backbone because we get investors there, we get brands there, we select a 5-star hotel, It's all investment done by Franchise India. What it all takes from your side is your availability, your time. If you are there, so all the business would be done through you because it will go to your kitty. Only you have to be involved. That's what our business is involvement, your time. If you are giving your time, all business will go to you. T stands for training. As we said, there is an extensive training program which we do 3 days every month. This would be the first basic training wherein our chairman and our managing director and our all heads would be also available. And we will take you through all the fundamentals and the processes, what we have, and what is franchise as an industry, franchise in the background, in-depth knowledge. In-depth knowledge because it's an extensive training program in 3 days. And after you use this training program, you are in a different world because you are now into ocean of opportunities. We call it as ocean of opportunities because there is no, end to it. It's humongous opportunity which we can see out of this. Once you get trained, then we help you to start the business and then how to get into, you trained on yourself and then we give you all the brand trainings every day. We have new brands also which we launch. We invite you to be part of that, get yourself trained, and then help the investors also into getting them into business. What is the proposed structure? And as an IFC partner, we have as a base level, which is IFC base. IFC at the entry point, when you join us, then you are becoming IFC Elite and IFC Pro and IFC Master. What you have to do is when you are involved, and we will give you all the support function in this. But since everyone is unique, someone is putting more time, someone is putting less time. So growth ladder is for everyone. It is you who have to, decide how you want to grow, what you want to earn out of this. And your earning potential is, there is no end to it. You want to earn any X amount, you have to see the benchmark. Accordingly, you have to give your time. If you are now at a base level, we start giving you leads, we start giving you brands and the training and the support function. So when we are reaching to a level of 15 lakh rupees revenue, which is a revenue which is coming to Franchise India, or you are doing 15 deals, whichever is coming early in a year. Now, deals would mean Franchise India have got two communities. One side we have investors and one side we have business and brands. What we do, we match make. So if there is any matchmaking happen through you, any investor who is paying a token amount or getting the LOI signed for any brand, we call it as a deal. So if you are doing 15 deals or there are some revenue products and you reach to 15 lakh rupees revenue, so you become our IFC Elite member. What you're going to get Elite membership, that's my next slide. And if you, once you reach 50 lakh or 30 deals, you will become our IFC Pro and then IFC Master. You can also, when you touch 1 crore rupees revenue. So how it is going to change your payout structure at each level? It is like this. If you are at a base level, the payout structure is going to be 40% on products like IA, IS, BS. These are 3 revenue products. I'll give you a little more understanding on the product side. And then we have 4th product, which is BD, wherein you can get 20%. The Elite membership, how it changes, you get to 50% now. And you get Pro, once you become Pro, you become 60%, we become 40%. That's a share of what we have in out of this. And when you become Master, you become 70% and we take 30% out of this. But the best part is, even if it has 40% or 70%, you don't have to do any investment. And we still continue giving you every support in this, whether it is leads, whether it is brands, training, events, everything, all promotional activities we do. There is not even a single penny our partner is investing in terms of lead generation, promotion, or anything else. Now I'm come to the products. We have 4 revenue products. If you see I, means investor. If you see B, means brands. So as I said, we have investors, we have brands. And when anything we work with like investor, we onboard an investor. That onboarding an investor, because we are consultants, we are advisors, we don't work free for anyone. We don't work. That's the first rule of the game. We don't work free. So we take investor on board, that we call as an investor acquisition. And investor acquisition, then we service the investor. We find a right match for every investor. And once that match is done, once that deal is done, we also take service fees from the investor. That becomes IS. IS would mean investor service fees. So from investor, we have two revenue products, one onboarding, which is IA, and then service fees, which is IS. And same time, when any brand we are giving to any investor, once the deal is done, brand also gives us a brand service fees that becomes BS, brand service fees. And there is a fourth product, BD, which is business development. When we take brand on board, anybody can take a brand on board. You will refer, rest we all do with you. We'll do joint meeting. Then we will also share the proposals, presentations. We'll follow for the payments. We get them on board. And that's what all we do. You have to do reference. That's why in all the four formats, it is only 20% because you have to give reference, rest all we do. Now, when we talk about brand on board, this is very interesting because this is our higher ticket value. We have four formats for taking brand onboarding. First is 7.5 lakh rupees. Then we have 15 lakh rupees and then 40 and 70. These are four formats we have for brands to take on board. If there is any startup company, so we take 7.5 lakh rupees, GST separate, and we build their complete documentation. We get them ready for franchise. So first 45 to 60 days is from FranCop, wherein they make them ready for franchise. And after that, next 12 months, we market. So we do all lead generations and marketing for that brand. All this is including in this 7.5 lakh rupees. They don't have to invest anything apart from that. And what we do is further, we charge them a success fees for getting a franchise on board. When we sell a franchise, we take a success fees, brand success fees or brand service fees. That becomes here the BS. BS would mean business or brand success fees or service fees. So would mean two components. Here we have got 7.5 to start with. If anyone is doing, because we have to understand where from the company is coming, how big this company is, what is their requirement. Based on that, we give them a proposal. So let's say it's a startup proposal with minimum 7.5 lakh. If you're doing a two deals, like brand onboarding deals in a month, so what we get is 7.5 into 2, which is 15 lakh. Your share would be 20% straight. Means 3 lakh rupees will go to you. And what you have done is only sharing the reference with us. Now, when we go brand on board and after that we design their model and all, we also have fixed a business service fee at that time, which is there in the agreement also mentioned. And that is every brand, it is different. It can be as low as 1 lakh per deal. It can be 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh, and it goes up to 50 lakh rupees also. Because if it is a very low cost, 5-7 lakh rupees, we charge minimum 1 lakh rupees out of that. We don't work otherwise. Less than 1 lakh, we don't work with brands. If we are not getting brokerage fee or success fees, 1 lakh or above. If we have, suppose 10 lakh to 20 lakh, then it goes little upper side. And we have some master deals also, which are bigger ticket values. We also get 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh, and also some cases wherein we have some international brand. We do one deal, we also get some 50 lakh rupees also out of that brand. That's Franchise India success fee, which comes to Franchise India. So what you get onboarding 20% and the success fees, you get 40%. So it can be same brand which you have onboarded, or it can be any other brand which you want to drive. And if you have done this, anyone who is doing a deal will get the BS fees, which is brand service fees. So would mean if you are having, for example, you can take some kind of an opportunity, like to understand that we are giving you 50 investor leads minimum every month. Let's assume that you take only 10 out of that on board. And the onboarding would be minimum 25,000 rupees from the investor. And if you do 10, it becomes 2.5 lakh. And this 2.5 lakh is Franchise India business. You get 40%, you will get 1 lakh out of that. And you start servicing those investors, because after locking that investor, after getting that investor on board, what you get surety, you get guarantee that this investor will 100% buy a franchise through you. It may take a day, it may take 1 month, it may 2 months, 3 months, but process will continue. And you get, end of the day, when the deal is signed, you get one service fees again. In this case, it is 50,000 minimum you get as investor service fees. So in all 10 cases, you'll get 50 into 10, 5 lakh. You get again 40% of this 5 lakh, which is 2 lakh. And brand service fees, let's assume all these 10 deals which has been done, we have service fees an average of 2 lakh rupees each. All these 10 deals which has happened, you will get 2 lakh into 10, which is 20 lakh rupees, which is Franchise India success fees. You get 40% of that, which is 8 lakh rupees will go to you. And at the same time, you can do brand on board as many you can. If you have done 15 lakh rupees into 2 deals, it is straight away 6 lakh rupees to you. And then if there is anyone who will get on 40 lakh rupees also, you get straight away 20% on that. Now you can understand, without doing anything in BD cases, you have to only given the reference. Rest all Franchise India would do. So what I have explained you at base level, same products, you will get 50% sharing at elite membership, at pro membership, and master you will get 70%. And here it will remain as it is. Leads at the base level, 50 minimum leads, but it is not about the whole leads. You will get 50 minimum guarantee leads. And you take brands, you will get 200, you get 500 also, if you have that capability of getting us a feedback on right time, the follow-ups and everything, you get more leads on this. CRM would be given you one CRM, and then it will go +1, +2, +3 every time. And this is the whole monetization model, your payout structure. What we do, we work as a business. We are a professional company and we work as a monthly business. So from first to last day of the month, business would be done. And any partner who have done this sheet will be shared with our finance team, and then they reconcile everything. And first week of the next month, we disburse all the payouts. 10th is the date when we have to give you the payouts also. So this is the structure of the business model and the payout structure. But how it is going to take you to become our partner, what is required in this? First thing which is required is your availability. Every business has an ROI, so do us. And ROI would mean return on investments in other businesses. Our business, our ROI is different. It is return on involvement and return on intelligence. Would mean you should be valuable, you should be involved into this business, and you should also update yourself and upgrade yourself every day with new brand trainings that we do. We will give you, so that you have to work on your intelligence. You have to get yourself trained so that investor will pay you the fee. Why he will hire you? You have to create a value for that. So that's wherein we come across that it's a return on involvement and return on intelligence. These are the two business, two ROIs in our business. And then you can set your own benchmark for your earnings. This is one earning. This is one payout which is there for you. Second is, we work all these brands, and there are some 100 brands at a time wherein they also announce a cash incentive for our partners. And our IFC partners are getting, suppose in Delhi, we have launched a lot of brands, and we have a lot of brands have come to the show. They have their booths there, and they have also announced some cash incentives. There is one brand, they have a 30 lakh rupees model. If you bring one investor who will invest 30 lakh rupees, you do that deal, straight away 3 lakh rupees is the cash incentive to our partners, only for our partners. 3 lakh rupees just to give one deal to that brand. So you can do maximum. You can do many deals like that. And any brand, you do a deal as per the investment requirement, there's a cash incentive. And this cash incentive will go directly to our partners. There is no cut in that. In third, we also have quarterly contests, which are international contests. So every year, there are 4 international trips, which will be done by Franchise India, all investments done by us, 4 to 5 days, a contest, and you will be enjoying that. So to qualify that, there's a small criteria. We help all our partners to qualify that. One, you get, suppose there's a qualification of 15 lakh rupees currently, which is April, May, June. This is Almaty, Kazakhstan, which we have a contest. Now for this 15 lakh rupees revenue, one, you get the payout out of this, then you get a cash incentive also. And this all we will help you to get into and qualify you for this. So you are getting contest also, you're getting cash incentive also if the same brand, and you are also getting the payout out of this. So contests are, or our maximum partners are trying to qualify that. They want to enjoy, and these are the countries which otherwise nobody goes. The last one, which was in Andaman Nicobar. Before that, we were in Vietnam. Before that, we were in Baku, Azerbaijan. You will not go these countries otherwise. So we have gone Thailand to Dubai to Malaysia to Singapore, Sri Lanka, all of them. And now we explore a lot of new countries wherein it's very difficult otherwise. You will not even imagine, but we explore those countries. All our partners are very excited about it and they enjoy this thing because they get payout, they get, incentives, and they also get this chance to go to other countries as well. But what it is going to take you? What is the model? Model is very simple. This is 5.5 lakh rupees as a one-time investment in this, which is our brand fee or a license fees. So how you can become Franchise India authorized and licensee consultant? It is going to be one license fees, which is 5.5 lakh plus GST. That's it. Rest all 3 years is the agreement. 3 years is the contract. So there is no investment out of this. But these are two reasons. One, you will be serious. Everybody whose skin is involved will get serious. Second, we also have to invest back in next 3 years. And we have kept very low, it's deliberately we have put it low because otherwise we are selling thousands of franchise opportunities for 30 lakh to 40 lakh franchise fees or 10 lakh franchise fees. We can sell our brand also like that, but idea is not that. Idea is to have like-minded people to join us who have passion for franchising or helping people to get them into business once you are trained. And you can also choose any other business for yourself, for your family, for anybody, because you are trained on that. And you get relationship with all the brand owners because they are with us to close this deal. If we said Reliance, so you have the chance of meeting these all Reliance top management also. Because we work with all these brands, so you get great relationships. And also, what you also get is you can also get a lot of understanding about the business model, the financial model, how to choose a right brand. And then after a year or 6 months, you can also choose any brand to invest, which is there on portfolio. So you can get the best deal for yourself. So this is our business model. And this is all about our independent franchise consultant opportunity. So now we will look forward to have a one-on-one discussion with many of you, wherein we feel that if you choose us, we choose you. It's a partnership program. And then we will get on the call with our chairman for 10 minutes and we'll do onboarding process. Till then, thank you so much for giving us a lot of time today. We have exceeded our time, in fact, today. But this was great to have all of you still there, continuing with us patiently, because these webinars are all one-sided. We really value your time that you've been there, so kind, and having a lot of patience to hear at us from our side. And now we will get in call with you to give you a little more understanding on the business model. Or you have some questions after this webinar, we'll also address those questions. So at Franchise India, we would like to thanks once again. Big thank you, and we'll look forward to have one-on-one meeting with all of you.